Hey guys, welcome back to the Spa Home and Garden. And today we are going to be making chicken biryani. So it is an Indian dish. I'm using a whole chicken. We're gonna do some yogurt. We're gonna smear it all over it. And you know, usually they're chopped up, okay? I don't really feel like chopping it up today, so we're not gonna chop it up. We're gonna just cover the whole thing, okay? I know, that's not traditional. We're also going to stick it into a pressure cooker. I know, not traditional, but it's gonna work out really well. So stay tuned for today's wonderful dish. I'm excited because I've been looking forward to some fall dishes, and this is one of those fall dishes. And if you love Indian food and want to get those Indian spices, this is the best way to go. So we'll see you in a few. Alright guys, this is on the spice list for today. You're going to need this for your spices for the chicken first, okay? We're gonna let the chicken marinate. If you can marinate it overnight, that would be the best thing. I don't know if we're gonna marinate it overnight, okay? The thing about that is that I should have done this last night, and I kind of was frustrated last night. So the reason being is because I'm locked out of my YouTube account right now, and if I don't hurry up and fix it, you know, pretty soon, I'm gonna be even more mad. So we're gonna let that go for now. You're also going to need some saffron, okay? This was the cheapest one that I could find in the store. Saffron usually runs about 30 bucks, I think, in Colorado, for one of those little jars. It actually comes in a jar kind of like this, and then it has paper in it with this wrapped up into it, okay? So we're gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with this one. We're going to probably need to also use some avocado oil in this, which I don't have that out. And guess what I found? These are gluten-free French onions. See? Gluten-free. So, I'm excited to use these too. These do go in there. You could make them yourself too, if you really wanted to. Or change out for some fried onions. You know, you could do those yourself in the air fryer or something. I guess we could have done that. Now that I think of it. But once I open it and figure it out, I think that's what we'll do. I am going to use adobo. I know that's not traditional, but I have seen this sometimes in some of the Indian cookies. Now we're talking about Indian cookies with adobo in it. Sorry. Cooking. But this is usually, and I do have two turmerics right now because this one's low. Because I never know how much I'm going to use. And then I do have some curry powder in here too. It just depends on like who you watch and stuff. Depends on how much, you know, stuff you're gonna, or what kind of spices you're gonna use. We are gonna use a bay leaf, but this is gonna be more towards the end when we do the rice. So anyway, those are all the dishes. Oh, there is salt too. Okay, yeah, but I figured, you know, didn't want to get it all the way out. So, oh yeah, and the chicken. Don't worry, there's chicken too, okay? So what I'm gonna do is get everything ready to go and out for you, and then we'll kind of come back and show you some things that you'll need to do ahead of time. it's a good idea to do this ahead of time, but you don't really need to. The longer you soak, let's start with the rice. The longer you soak with the rice, the better off it's going to be to get that starch out before you actually start to cook the rice. I don't like rice. You could, for the fact that, you know, to eat it all the time. If I were you, you could also get like the cauliflower rice that we used last week. You could do that too, which would be a lot healthier in this dish versus using rice, but every once in a while you can use rice, okay? It's not going to kill you. I just wouldn't eat rice on a regular basis because of all the health concerns with rice and the amount of it turns to a sugar in the body, and it's a carbohydrate, so that's not usually the greatest thing in the world for you. So, but you know what, you guys do whatever you want, but every once in a while it's okay. There's a couple rice dishes that are coming up, you know, for fall stuff. It's more like, I know it's like warmth kind of thing, you know, in the fall. But you know, you could always go burn it off with exercise, okay? Do more exercise than what I do. I'm not very good at exercise. Used to be really well, but anyway, we won't go into that. This is a cooking thing, not about what I was doing today. I mean, physical stuff. Anyway, we'll cut that part out probably. Anyway, give me a sec, and well, I'll need a couple seconds for you, and we'll get the rice going. Okay, so we have our saffron and we have our butter ready to go. We are going to make saffron butter, so we're going to stick butter in here. You can microwave this. I don't have a microwave, so I'm putting it on top of the stove. We are going to also use our yogurt, so go ahead and get that ready to go. It does not have to be dairy free. You can use whatever you want. We're going to get ourselves a cutting board like this. This one is so I'm going to take out the inside of the chicken. I think these are like probably stuff that shouldn't have been in there. I don't think it's supposed to have anything in there. Usually they take the neck stuff off too of the chicken. So I don't know why this is in there, but whatever. It's okay. I'm gonna actually put this in a bag and it's gonna go to the dog later. If you want to, you can get in here and you can break this guy up. You can take the skin off if you want to. That's up to you. You can actually buy chicken breasts like this that are already like cut up and everything, but I'm not gonna do that. I wanted to use a whole chicken because I needed a whole chicken for something else too. So it was just going to be easier to do it this way. We can cut things up if you want to, you know, things like that. But like I said, I'm going to leave it whole so that it can cook better. I'm also going to need to mix up some ingredients. Actually, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna split this just so that I can have enough room. Put my spices in there. So we're gonna use some curry powder, I like a lot, so we're gonna use a couple tablespoons. I'm going to use very minimal cardamom, very little. Lots of garlic. Because garlic makes everything taste better. Onion powder, and it turns into a blob like that. So not. There we go. Mode it. Okay. Lots of cumin. Cumin makes everything taste better. One of my favorite spices is this Indian chili, because it has the same taste as the spice that I use. Oh, and it's pretty hot. I think this one's really hot, so just be careful of how much you use. I'm using a bunch. And yes, I am going to put this adobo in there, because it makes it taste good. Yes, it has garlic and it has salt in it. So just be careful of how much you use. This is turmeric. I'm shoving a bunch in there, and the other turmeric we might use later. Okay, so it's all ready to go. Shake it, shake it, all my spices. I do not know where my other salt went, so we are going to use Himalayan pink salt today. Watch out with this stuff because it is a lot, okay? It will overtake everything. It's way salty, but just be careful because you already put adobo in here with your salting. You probably don't want to salt way too much, because otherwise you'll end up with a really salty bird and it won't be that much fun. So if you can make this go for 24 hours, that would be great as far as marinating time. I should have been a little smarter and I should have done that, but I didn't. So it's okay. We might go into Saturday. Usually I try to do my recipes on Fridays now, just to get them all done, because it's just so much better that way. So what you're gonna do is you're going to try to coat your whole entire bird here with the turmeric. And you know what? This would be good just to have on its own. You know that? Good. You could just make this by itself without even doing the rice, and it'd probably taste like heavenly. Coat the whole entire bird. Okay. Then to make it so it doesn't get too terribly messy, I really need to put these somewhere. Hang on. Okay, so then take your bird. Make sure he's all nice and coated with your stuff. And I like a lot of stuff. Put him flat down into the dish that you're going to be using. Pick this up. Okay, I'm rinsing everything off with bleach. I'm used to this on a daily basis because I have a dog that eats meat. So washing it with bleach water is a great thing to do. Okay, so then I'm going to take the rest of this and smear it all over this chicken. And this is gonna make this thing way tender. There. Okay, all done. I'm gonna take this, put it in the refrigerator, preferably 24 hours so it can get nice and marinated. Start on my veggies here. Usually this dish does not have a whole heck of a lot of veggies in it if you are doing a chicken one. But I'm going to be doing a veggies and chicken. They use like cauliflower and like beans and stuff like that because that's what they have, you know, on or around. This is mint. I guess I could have gotten mint from my yard, honestly, and I really do need to get mint out of my yard and cut it back. But this is regular old-fashioned mint, and I guess I could go get some out of the, I could have saved myself money. But this is where you would get, you know, some mint from. They use mint leaves, and then they use also cilantro leaves in it, which I think is kind of interesting. So what I do like to do is use only one bunch of mint leaves because I'm kind of still on the fence about putting the mint in there. If you like a lot of minty stuff, go right ahead, okay? But I am going to use lots of cilantro in there, or coriander leaves is what they call it. And what I'm going to do is probably stick this into the food processor to make this a lot better. So I'll just stick this into the food processor to get this going. That will be good. And all ready to go for that part of things. Then we don't have to worry about it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and food processor that. There's one bunch. Okay, so you can chop these guys into little pieces. You can make them really big. It doesn't, whatever your preference. If you don't like onions, don't use as many. All right. So I know, like, you can do this all in one pot, okay, usually for the pressure cooker. You really can do all of this in one pot. But since I decided to put my chicken in the Instapot, or not Instapot, into the other pot to use, what kind of stuff with. Ooh, you got dirt on me. That's why. Got dirt on me. You got yucky feet, silly goose. Okay, so you want to get a pan that's pretty hot going. You want to put a little oil in it. Using some avocado oil. I'm going to try to get the garlic to get cooked before we start putting it in the Instapot or in the Fuji. Ninja, sorry, Fuji. Into the Ninja pot. Jeez. So we're gonna get some garlic going. And we're gonna stick our onions in there too. I'm gonna cook everything a little bit to get that nice, like, flavor, you know? And we're going to cook all of them. And then we're going to stick them all back in to the pot. So I'm going to put a lid on this, and then I'll have you guys come back after it's all done. You could actually marinate the chicken outside of that pot. You could actually use a stainless steel bowl instead, or whatever kind of bowl you have. Instead of doing this whole thing, you could skip this step, but since I already kind of did this, this is the route that I'm gonna go today. So it is what it is, because I'm not gonna wash my pot out right now. We're not gonna wash it out actually at all. We're just gonna marinate it in there, and then we're gonna use the pot. So meanwhile, we should probably get our rice going too. So we can, I'm gonna go rinse that and then get my rice going. So you see the veggies are on top of the chicken. I just put those in already. I am going to start by putting the saffron. Butter, I just mix butter in there and put saffron on here. pot it. Pressure cook it. It's gonna be on high for 2 hours. There you go. Alright guys, what do you think about how it turned out? This is our Indian chicken. I did put the cilantro and mint on top of it, and then I'm also going to put, of course, our crispy onions too, which are going right on top of it. So this is turned out wonderful. I also made myself a little bit of naan here, made it nice and crispy so that I could pick off some and enjoy myself by eating it. So thanks for watching today's video. I hope you guys inspire you to do something wonderful in your own life, no matter what it is, and inspire other people to do something wonderful in theirs. Thank you for following me, staying tuned with everything. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't work too hard, but I know you will. And this recipe, of course, amongst all my other recipes, are always linked down below. So we'll see you next time on Food Aspire Home and Garden. Have a wonderful day. I love you all. We'll see you next time.